Osteoporosis is a reduction in the density and quality of bone. As bones become more porous and fragile, the risk of fracture is greatly increased. Unfortunately, this loss of bone occurs silently and progressively with no symptoms until the first fracture occurs. Those typically at risk include the elderly, females, especially postmenopausal women, persons with a small frame or low body weight, having a family history, and/or having an unhealthy lifestyle such as smoking, inadequate calcium or vitamin D intake, or doing little or no weight-bearing exercise. Our bones are at their most dense in our early 20s. Given the fact that Hong Kong has an aging population, hip fractures are predicted to increase 3 times in the next 30 years. One community-based study showed 36% of Hong Kong women have osteoporosis versus only 20% of Caucasian women. Exercise is important in building and maintaining bone and muscle strength as they respond and strengthen when they are stressed. This can be achieved by weight-bearing exercises or impact exercises. Exercise can also help reduce falls by improving balance and strength.
Aerobic exercise should be some form of weight-bearing exercise such as walking, marching or bounding. This can be done 5 to 10 minutes a day, building up to 30 minutes 5 times a week.
The squat is a simple but effective lower limb strength exercise. Feet start slightly wider than hip width, and your feet should remain on the floor at all times. Depending on your ability, it can be done either holding on with a chair only or without any support. The calf raise exercise is another simple lower leg strength exercise. Depending on your ability, this can be done either seated, holding with balance, or unsupported. The step up requires a small step or staircase. The easiest version requires you to hold on. A moderate version you can try without any support. And lastly, the advanced version requires additional balance as you lift one knee in the air at the end. The press up is a simple but effective upper body exercise. Remember to keep your body straight at all times as you press up and go down. For the shoulder press, depending on your ability, this can be done with an umbrella, a weighted water bottle, or a heavier object such as a laptop bag. Remember to keep your core tight as you push the resistance up. The hip lift is a great exercise for your lower back and glutes. Regardless of which exercise you choose, try to lift your hips as high as you can to create a straight line between your shoulder and your knee. The plank works your core and abdominal muscles. Aim to keep your body as straight as you can. Start with a 20-second hold, building up to 40 seconds. Balance exercises work our coordination and spatial awareness, which hopefully reduce the risk of falls. A simple one to start with is the knee raise, which requires you to lift your knee up and hold, balancing on one foot. Start with holding with 2 hands, progress to 1 hand, and eventually no hands. Another simple balance exercise is the side step. Start with holding with 2 hands, pushing one leg out to the side. Progress to moving from left to right, holding with 1 hand, and finally bounding from side to side with no hands.